Good morning, everybody. Today is a cold Saturday morning. I think it's 24 degrees, and we got about 6 inches of snow last night. So I decided to come in and do some spraying. I've got two kitchens going out. One is a 3-base and a counter for a kitchenette for a local business. So we got that. So then we also got our kitchen that's going in Tuesday morning to a residence. So yesterday when we were in here, we got, hands are freezing, we got the doors for this Hickory kitchen done and sealed. So today I'm going to top coat those, and I'm also going to paint the stuff that's going in Tuesday, and then assemble those cabinets and get them all put together so that they're ready to go for me on Tuesday morning. So luckily for me, because I don't do this very often, my builder wrote down the sizes of the bottoms we need. So first thing I'm going to do is get these ready to go so we can get these sprayed. We're going to router the top edge of these, get them dovetailed, and then get them together and sanded. We got this little battery powered DeWalt router, which is very nice. I'd recommend getting these if you have a small shop. These battery powered routers are great. This is the only one we have, but I think after using this one, the guys want more, so we'll probably be buying more of these. Okay, now for this, we got to cut 14/8 by 20 1/4 for the bottoms. We use UV birch, which is the birch pre-finished 1/4 inch plywood for our backs of our cabinets. So that's what we use for our bottoms of our drawers as well. We usually have some here in the rack, so I'm just going to grab a piece and we'll chop it down and get it done. Okay, those are all done. We got these two. Let's go dovetail those drawers. I grabbed a hot chocolate. The sides go in here and they clamp down pneumatically, and then the front and back go on the opposite side, which I'll show you, and they clamp down pneumatically. You just run this router, which is on these handles, back and forth. And like I said, your sides are going to go right into here. Bottom's going to go right in there. This is your pneumatic switch. On this size drawer, we're so wide on our drawer, we can only fit one drawer in, one drawer side or bottom in per pass. Otherwise, if we do a smaller drawer, we would have both left and right, front and back at one pass, which is a lot faster. But for these wide ones, this is the way we have to do it. Okay, we're gonna give the inside of these here a quick sand and they'll be ready to assemble. Okay, all we need to assemble these drawers is some glue, a mallet, and a nail gun. The way I like to do these is run a little dab of glue in each one of these slots here. The same here. On the bottom end, it's cut right, should fit perfect. And Put the side on. I like to put the nails into the pins, that way it grabs a little better. There's one drawer. Now that that's all done, it's time to get in the spray booth. We have two different things we're going to be doing here. One is we're going to be sealer sanding, which is taking the roughness off of the seal coat and top coating the backs of all these doors. And then we're also going to be priming the kitchenette, second coat of primer, and then it'll be ready to paint later on today. So we're going to get that done, and then I don't know, maybe do some snow plowing here today too. Here we go. Really all we're doing here is just scuffing these to take any roughness off, and so that when we spray our second coat of primer, it's smoother yet. And you're really just taking the rough off. You're not really sanding the primer off. That's about it. These are ready to second coat. Oh, let's go turn the spray booth on. I really was gonna try not to turn the booth on, but we're gonna be creating so much overspray dust. I don't want to get it all over this fresh stuff here. So we're gonna turn the booth on, which is gonna suck a lot of air out, which is warm, and replace it with a lot of cold air. But we'll shut the door and get it heating back up in here pretty quick. Okay, so we got our cabinets all sprayed. We're ready to start putting these together so that we're all ready to put in. I'll show you a quick way of how we do this. We got the cabinet sides and the bottoms and all the parts all lined up so that we can just put each cabinet together. All the parts are already assigned to each cabinet. I know he didn't cut the backs out on Friday because he ran out of time, so we'll have to stop and do that. But other than that, we should be able to put these right together, put the drawer slides in, put the hinges on, and ready to clip doors on. So on the first cabinet here we're going to do is going to be a sink base. Right here. I'm going to pre-drill down through where I want the screws to go so I don't miss any parts. Okay, I already have these pre-located so we can go ahead and drill these. Screw them on. These are for our hinges. I like the silicone anywhere that we're gluing and screwing our parts together. That way they just are a much stronger bond, less chance of coming apart. We use this, it's called HM270. We get it locally here, and it is a really good, it's the best we found for a silicone. Got where we want it, put 3 screws in. The sink base is a little different because I have these rails here. We're putting these hinge plates on. We use a 5/8 square drive, and that way it doesn't penetrate all the way through the plywood, but it also has a lot of grip strength. all right in place. Put the screws in and whatever. So I'm going to measure the bottom here. It should be a 36-inch cabinet. It should be around 34 and 5/8. And then we'll cut that and we'll put some pocket holes in it. Yep, 34 and 5/8. The reason it's 34 and 5/8 is this is a metric thickness of plywood, so it's not really 3/4. It's about a 1/16 less. So when you get the cabinet stacked up, it's measuring off the outside of the cabinet, so that shortage is going to come in the length of the inside dimension. You know, this is the machine here that we use for doing our pocket holes. It has an on-off button, a speed selector for changing different species of wood. Some are a little more dense. And then it's got a foot pneumatic switch down here that cycles it through. Clamps, slots, and drill. That right there has been a nice addition to our shop. We use it on every cabinet we do. Back to our little beast here. Go into this pocket, put the pocket holes facing the back of the cabinet. Fits right in. What I'm using here is a 1.25 square drive, square head screw. And the 1.25 keeps it from coming all the way through the outside of the cabinet. When it comes to screwing this together, I'm going to use an 1.5 wood screw with a square tip. We try to make all of ours the same, that we're not changing bits back and forth. Go with the square drive and stay with it. I like the square drive. I think it's a good tip. It's what we're doing. It works real well. I know when I do construction projects, I tend to go Torx. And Torx works great for that, but inside the shop here, we try to stay all square drive. We already had the toe kit cut from the CNC, so let's put that on. So what I'm doing here is I just put 4 pocket holes, one going up, one going down, and 2 going into this bottom shelf, so I can secure the toe kick in nice and tight. Now, this being a sink base, I know that the drawer front here is going to be a fake drawer front, so we're going to put the blocking in for that. That way to screw the drawer front on, it's done. It should be a 5-inch, 5 3/4 inch, 5 1/8. That. We'll get that screwed in and then we'll be ready. Okay, all we're missing is our backer, which should be a 30-inch. Okay, that should fit, hopefully. What I'm going to use here is 1/2-inch staples. Okay, so that's one. I'll do the other 2 in high speed, and we'll catch up with you at the end.